In this video, I can't actually just recreate my very first DoorDash dash or Uber Eats run, but I do have some stories to tell. And within these stories, some of them might be entertaining and some might just be really educational, or both. And at the end, we'll give you a good little bonus. So let's start, because I actually remember my very first order ever. I was just pretty much just sitting there right at home. I was actually trying to get ready to go out and I received an order. My phone just goes off. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so nervous. Oh yeah, and I was nervous too. And it wasn't really a big order. It was like maybe like $5.50 coming right back, basically coming right back home. It was like the other street over from me. So I was like, I've just got to take it. I was so excited. So I went up Chick-fil-A. It was just a little small, little baggie. It wasn't nothing too big at all, and brought it right back up, basically back home, except it's just another street over. But I was like, oh my gosh, I just completed my very first one. I'm just like, I think I can do it. I want to try it again. Keep on going. And here's actually something a little bit embarrassing that I'm about to show you all, because I didn't have the typical DoorDash bag. Here, let me show you. My Lord, I can't believe I'm doing this. Here it is, right there. This was my DoorDash bag and Uber Eats. It was just like a little picnic basket that has this little insulation dilly hopper. I wasn't embarrassed or ashamed at it back then. I'm look back at it now, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was actually happy doing it. Like, cause it has these, it just has this, these handles here. I'm just like, yeah, Smurfs. Anyways, and not only did I have that, but I also tracked every piece of mileage I did that whole year on paper like this. Yeah, crazy, right? Every order. I had like Uber Eats on one side, DoorDash on the other, got the date, and I believe this was like it's been like such a long time. It's like, this is like the mileage of, I think probably going up there. This is probably to the customer. And that's actually how I tracked it. And down in the bottom here, of course, I had like, on this side's DoorDash. So we got the mileage, then the pay, how much I got paid. So it was like 98.6 miles. And I got $126 for that day. Ouch. $40.95 in gas. Those were the days and the beginning stages. And this is me now. And I'm so glad that I actually have the Solo app to actually keep track of all this now. So much easier. I don't have to write a daggum thing. Just keep a rolling. But I also remember times in the very beginning, not just the beginning, but the times where I just wanted to quit. Just wanted to just give it all up, especially because I just could not stand doing apartments. There were some out there that was just so confusing. And I remember that one that I just never found it. Never found it. I even called the customer service, and then they told me actually to leave it at the lobby door. And it was nighttime. So it wasn't like anybody was actually there, because I couldn't get hold of a customer by no means. It was just overall trash. And that moment made me feel like I just wanted to quit. But I kept on being encouraged. I kept on like, you know what? No one's going to know anything about this. All I gotta do is go to the next order and not worry what I just came through. And that's what I did. I just kept on going to the next order, to the next order, and to the next order. Because even though there's been times had some hiccups and some little ups and downs, but I kept remembering I'm actually having some success at this, making pretty decent money. I can work at my own pace, work at my own schedule, just keep going. And that's what I did. Then you come back to another issue within probably my second day, and I got my first stacked order. This one could be an Uber Eats story maybe, but it still doesn't really matter because this was my first stacked order. And I didn't even realize it, really, because I went up there. It was 2 orders from the same restaurant. It was a Wingstop, and I showed them the name on the order. I picked them both up. Then I really wasn't thinking about, like, on the way up there, like, oh, this is still 2 people, 2 different customers. I wasn't thinking about that. And by the time I got to the very first customer, I put both bags down. Then when I took a picture of the order and I went back to the car, I'm just like, why in the world is it acting like I got another order? I started driving just a little bit. I was like, okay, this acts like, wait a minute. And right when it dawned on me, wait a minute, I had 2 different orders and I just delivered. I got a phone call from that customer saying, I have an extra bag. I'm like, I am on my way, which was really great because I didn't get very far at all. But just looking back at that, it's funny and it's embarrassing all at the same time. It's like, oh my gosh.
What a nerd.
Oh man, that's pretty much how I felt. But I was able to pick it up. There was no issues with that bag, and I delivered it, and I just kept on going. Then I think about like the very first like winter storm that we had. Not too sure if it was like January, February, whichever one it was. This is Texas. Whenever we do get like a winter storm, we get ice, we get maybe a little bit of snow, but we definitely get ice, and it'll be pretty cold. I'm sure nothing compared to like way up like Chicago and all the way up in that area, but still cold. And I was like just dashing out there for like hours and hours. And it got so bad one time, like both of my hands were just like, I couldn't move them. Because what happened when I was on this order, I was at an apartment complex. I believe I was in Waxahachie. So I really did not know or familiar with those apartments at all. So I was like, just forget it. Let me just walk and try to find it. And that was such a huge mistake because by the time where I got close to finding it, my hands were hurting. I could barely bend them. I was like, oh crap, I'm trying to bend my fingers. And it was just like, oh man, it hurt so bad. And by the time I finally delivered the order, even had trouble just taking a picture of the order. I'm just like, oh my gosh. But I tell you what, that sucked and that hurt so bad. But it was just one of those learning experiences that I had. So I think I just did like maybe 1 or 2 more orders, but I went back home eventually. It's about nighttime anyways, but I still got some gloves. It was either that night or the next day. But I have the same winter gloves that I went to Walmart and I bought, and I haven't used them since. I'm for real. I haven't used them. We've barely had a freaking winter here. It might get cold just for a little bit, and it turns around, it comes right back to Texas, that's for sure. That's the Texas weather that we have. Praise the Lord anyhow. But overall, the reason why I started is because I just needed the money. And I actually did pretty well, because I always try to make around about like $800 to $1,300 a week, and that really helped me out. I worked that just like a full-time job with overtime, like 50 plus hours in a week on many a weeks, because I had a goal in mind. Not only did I have just regular college loans, but some of those college loans had to be put on a personal loan, like over $15,000 worth of personal loans for school, because I was trying to just hurry up, get it knocked out, and that's what I did. But on that very night that I graduated, it was my goal that I was going to start gig work, and I signed up on Uber Eats. Then shortly after, Doordash. And just by knowing that I had to take care of that, that was my goal that kept me motivated and pushing forward each and every day, and each and every delivery, each and every dash, just to keep going and pushing. A lot of times I said to myself, this is a nice, easy job. I can chill, listen to the radio, because I love listening to like sports radio. There wasn't no worry, especially not having a boss right there or any employees. No one there to bug me. I can just dash. I can just delivery drive. And I wouldn't actually feel right if I didn't give some sort of thoughts and tips to any beginners that are out there right now, or even just people that just might be like, I don't exactly know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going. But if you're that person, these next few seconds are for you, because these are things I wish I would have known at that time. First of all, dash when it's busy. Focus really on those lunch and dinner rushes. But I know even when I did it, I was all worried from the morning all the way to night anyway, so it didn't matter. I was full time, baby. But either way, you also got to track your mileages, track your expenses. Even though I did it on paper, you do not have to do that on paper. And it's so much easier. It saves you a ton of time if you just use your delivery app such as Solo, which will be linked down in the description below. And one huge thing, one of the biggest ones, is do not take bad orders, especially those upside down orders. And the way I learned that is really just watching videos like this. because you really got to know not to take orders where it's only paying you $3 and it's trying to take you 6 miles away. That's an upside down order. But if you can get an order that's $7, 2-3 miles, that's going to be so much better for you and your car. Another thing is learn your market, knowing where those restaurants are at, knowing the little nooks and crannies and the side roads and the back roads, just in case you need them. Because where I'm at, it's a little crazy. Because there is so much road construction, they got so much stuff blocked off. All there is nooks and crannies. There's no main roads in some areas. It's crazy. Shoot. Now, where I'm at, like a nice suburban area where I have like a bunch of little restaurants and you got all your houses just a few miles out all the way around. One thing I've learned, I haven't really taught or talked about it much. I don't think I have at all, but I will be having a video strictly just about this thing I've never talked about, and that is subtract mileages. And this is what I'm talking about. And it's helped me out a lot to try to actually see a good order from a bad order. Because how many of you all want to go 6 miles? I know some people won't even go 6 miles. Not even for $8. But just think, if you're already 3 miles out and you're already having to actually go back to your power zone, or where you want to call it, your hot zone, where all your restaurants is, you're already going 3 miles back. And by the time you actually get back and you pick up that order, it's only 3 miles anyways, and you're getting $8. So would you actually take $8 for 3 miles? Yeah. So if I'm already 3 miles out, you might as well just go ahead and take that order, because even though it says $8 for 6, you already know that's 8 for 3, because you're already traveling back. And another great thing to do is, when you become comfortable with one app, see if you can add in another, if not another, which we'd be calling multi-apping. For the longest, I multi-apped with Doordash and Uber Eats. And I was easily able to toggle back and forth, go back and forth. And when I did have it, I had Grubhub as well. You know, they kind of booed me off a couple times because my inactivity, because they didn't give me good enough orders. But you know, that's another story, another time. Now I have the Roadie app that I kind of work with as well. So I got these 3, and now I'm waiting on Walmart Spark, if they can ever get me off that stinking waiting list. It's been 2 months now, Walmart. Come on now, shoot. And I hope you enjoyed the video. So if you would, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, consider channel membership, and see me in the next video.